I'm in Fethiye now after only 2 hours of bus ride from Kash, and it's sunny. My hotel is very nice. It's a new building as well. It's a spa hotel with a hammam in the basement. I used it last night. Behind me you see the Fethiye sign. As in many cities in Turkey, there is this city sign. I think this is the major plaza. It's directly at the harbour. Here are the boats on my left, and these are also mostly, like in Antalya, boats for tourists to ship them around and to connect the city with the surrounding islands and places at the coast. There are lots of hotels here too. My hotel is a little further inside. I wanted to stay close to the bus station, which I am. It seems to be surrounded by hills. There are also mountains. I saw mountains on the way here with snow peaks still as it is winter. Up there is a ruin of a castle or a fortification. Fethiye is also a city of expats. There are lots of expats here because it's very expat friendly. The prices are quite low, living costs are low. Here's another, like in Antalya, this is one of those pirate boats just made for tourists to take them on a trip, on a tour around the area by boat. And there is a small market here with crafts, local crafts, and further down are stores. It's a kind of a pedestrian area with shops and cafes, restaurants. These are ballet dancers here, the statues, which is weird because usually they have dervishes with the pointed heads, and these are men twirling around a lot. This is kind of also part of the culture. There was a city somewhere, there is a kind of a center of the dervishes. I have to check. In Turkey you find a lot of sculptures and statues of Ataturk. He was basically the father of the Turkish Republic as it is today, sometime in the beginning of the 20th century. He shaped Turkey, particularly as it is now. So he is considered some very important person in this country, which is why you find a lot of statues everywhere. And in Antalya, my hotel there was very close to the house where he used to live in Antalya during his lifetime, in the 20s, 30s, I guess. You can visit it. It's kind of a museum with the rooms still like they were at the time he lived there. Here I'm walking along the pier with the boats. On the other side there, on the other side of Fethiye, if you look across this bay, you see the mountain peaks with the snow on the other side. So Fethiye is basically surrounded by mountains. These on the left side are a little lower, and on the other side these are higher mountains. And it's stretched all along this bay. I have seen a lighthouse at the end of the bay to show the boats the entrance, how they get inside here at night. And there are also larger boats on the other side. Here you can see that. This is a nice little park next to the pier, and fountain without water at the moment. It's very calm, not much going on, but I guess in the summer there will be a lot of people, tourists coming here. This here must be some kind of government administration building. Here's another one of those tombs. There was this larger tomb in Kash as well, from Greek times. And me with the blue wall, it seems to be City Hall, City Council. There's the major plaza, the government buildings, the pier with the boats. And now I'm heading towards the other side of Fethiye, which is spread all along this bay. From here, I guess it's around 10 kilometers up there towards north. I will start walking and see where it leads. Maybe I see a little better further down. At this point it's just the plaza and these central buildings and the pier. But as far as I've seen, maybe beaches as well, or more piers along this stretch at the coast. Yeah, from here you can see a little bit. There is this bay here. On the other side is a larger yacht anchored, and on the left side there is a lighthouse which indicates the entrance to the bay. And basically this is a huge harbour area. On the right side more boats, as you can see, but I have seen also a stretch of beach a little further down. Stretch starts, there's a lane for the bikes and scooters going along, and on the left side the pedestrians. Boats. It's kind of a pier, but over there it becomes more like a park. Here are more restaurants, buffet, cafe. So the pedestrian street has become a little wider. There's the bicycle lane on the other side. The path is with pictures of Ataturk, that these parts of Turkey where tourism is the major income source are in pretty good shape. Kaş, Antalya and Fethiye as well. Here's another picture of Ataturk. These cities here like Fethiye, Kaş are really doing quite well as far as you can see from the outside. Here are the heads of busts of important people for Turkey. And I remember last year I was in Çanakkale, which is not particularly special in terms of tourism or anything. Middle-sized, medium-sized city, and it was also like here. It's very nice to be there, and especially the parts along the coast are well maintained. You do not see any poverty or any issues, unlike America, which is supposed to be rich, right? You see poor people, homeless people everywhere. It's run down, and sometimes even it's not safe. Here you do not have any feeling of unsafe places or anything like that. Nobody is bothering you, and there's nothing to worry about here, and the prices are extremely moderate for European people. If you come here, my hotel or the food or living costs are extremely low compared to where I used to live. So Turkey is really a great country at the moment, I think. That's why so many expats come here. If they receive a pension from a Western country like in Europe or the US, they can live here like kings due to the low living costs. And another thing is the climate. If you compare this to England or even France, it's very nice staying here over the winter. It is sunny. It's a Mediterranean climate. There is no snow except on the mountain peaks up there. And this, in addition with the low prices, the safety and everything else, it seems a really great place to be. Here on the other side of this coastline, you see the lighthouse on the left, and behind, a little further out towards the sea, there is a container ship. So there is a larger harbour apparently as well for larger ships. And inside there is this yacht on the other side. It's a kind of an island or peninsula. Cannot see from here exactly what it is. So I keep walking along this stretch. Here's another smaller yacht port. And this was the stretch for pedestrians and with many restaurants. Now I'm at another yacht port, and I'll have to see what comes next after that. So there doesn't seem to be another center to it than where I was before with the Fethiye sign. Usually this is the center of the city. It's not as clearly defined as in other places, as it seems to be spread along the coastline here. But this pedestrian way is apparently part of the central area of Fethiye, and on my right here you can see there is the beginning of quite modern residential areas with buildings, residential buildings and houses. So there are not many shops here. Now I have found another version of this map, very artistic. So here are, in the south there are these ruins, graves inside the rocks, and this is the fortification I was mentioning that was to be seen on this side there. And there are beaches here a little further north. It's not quite clear where I am situated on this map at the moment. This seems to be all the environment of Fethiye. And here are these channels leading away from the coast. This seems to be the major street running along the coast with a bike line and also pedestrian line, but it is certainly nicer to walk along here. There is a channel and a bridge. And restaurant. Here begins another part with a different pavement, but basically same thing. Walking along the shoreline. There's a very tiny boat harbour.